Good morning and welcome to Friday's edition of our program TVC Breakfast. My name is Itoma Edu.
And of course, thank God it is Friday. Good morning, Nigeria. Thanks for joining us. It's always a pleasure to have you join us on the show. There's a lot to discuss. I am Ria Abdul.
Indeed, it is time for Breakfast Nigeria. Very good morning to you. Thank you for choosing to spend your morning here with us on the TVC Breakfast Show. My name is Olamide Odefini.
It's time again. Thank God it's Friday, but we are here to do what we know how to do best, giving you all the information you deserve to know. I'm Ibrahim Shita. Good to see you guys.
What a beautiful morning. And I love Fridays. Fridays are beautiful days.
Ria, why do you love Fridays? Because you get to clock out?
Yeah, but then again, I always miss my audience. So even after Fridays, when it's Friday and Saturday, I'm like, God, Monday quickly. I need to update Nigerians. I need to tell Nigerians what is happening.
You know how interesting it was for me.
Yeah.
Yesterday, I thought yesterday was Friday, and that today should be Saturday.
So, yeah.
It was a bit difficult for me
Yeah.
too. But when I woke up this morning, it was refreshing. But then, thank God, it's we're here this time round to do what we know how to do best. Talking about the information that we always have to talk about. There's so many interesting stuff from the newspapers that we'll be discussing, and of course, the main topic for discussion today in Lagos and that of Abuja. It's really going to be very impactful.
Yes, and Ibadan will be agog. Today is a very special day.
Exactly.
I hear the president is going to be there.
Why wouldn't he?
Live and direct. This is a big deal.
But anyway, it's our Friday show, and you know how we do it. We serve you nothing but the very best, and we're very energetic because there are a lot of things to talk about on the show this morning. Don't forget that we'll do the newspaper review where Ibrahim tells us everything that made the headlines in the newspaper, and then at some point we're going to go to Abuja FCT where they give us a brief from there. We have a very intriguing interview this morning where we talk about the Guinness World of Record craze. I know that you guys are really going to anticipate for that, and then the beautiful Olamide will take us through trending now, everything trending all around the world. So please grab your cup of coffee and let's have a fantastic show. But we'll start with the story where military authorities say troops have arrested key terror leaders and decimated their networks in ongoing nationwide operations. Now, Director General Operations Major General Marcus Kenye highlighted the capture of notorious commanders, rescue of kidnapped victims, and major success against criminal syndicates. Tifon Essien reports on this.
The highlight of this week's military operations is the arrest of notorious terror leaders and masterminds of kidnapping across the country. The Director of Defense Media Operations says troops have captured one Abubakar Amadu, a wanted terrorist kingpin, alongside 2 of his associates.
Our gallant troops also conducted covert operations and arrested a notorious terrorist, identified as Malam Abubakar Amadu, alongside 2 others in Paiko local government area of Niger State.
He says troops in Taraba have arrested a high-profile kidnapper linked to the notorious gang led by one Akiki Utivi, also known as Full Fire. For the military authorities, both arrests will disrupt long-standing networks of terror financing, arms trafficking, and mass abduction in the north.
Troops of Armed Forces of Nigeria remain committed to destroying terrorists, insurgents, bandits, kidnappers, and other criminal elements' freedom of action in our dear country. The success of ongoing operation is a testament to the determination and resilience of our troops, who continue to work tirelessly to secure the nation.
The arrest of the high-profile terror leaders marks a decisive step in weakening criminal strongholds across the country, even as troops continue to maintain pressure in all theaters of operations. Tifon Essien, TVC News, Abuja.
All right, we just listened to that report and we're talking about security. And oftentimes on this table, I think most times we get to talk about security, and we're very excited when we hear that these terror people have been arrested, because they have some impunity now that you are worried, like, why will bandits and criminals have impunity that they even want to have conversations with, people that, like, they want to have conversations with us that we're not even doing anything wrong. Let me just put it in a layman terms. And it's worrisome. No, it's true, it's worrisome. And sometimes you even pay this ransom and they kill the person, which is even like the bad. When I talk about this, like, it gets to me so bad, because this is a country where we suffer a lot of insecurity. But now we're hearing that when we hear stories like this, that, okay, this person has been arrested, the Major General has spoken and all of that, people still say, even when things like this are said, we still hear about insecurity in our country. Yeah,
yes, you see, figures like this have to come out from time to time. It does a lot to build confidence in the military, number one, also raise the morale of the troops, Number two, and also show Nigerians that the government is not just sitting down, crossing its leg when insecurity is giving us a whole lot of headache. You know, this is just like presenting your scorecard, your report card at the end of the term. It is good that the military is recording successes like this, but let's put it, playing the devil's advocate now, let's put it side by side, the figures coming from the other side. That tells us that the military still has a lot to do, and the government has a lot of support to support the Nigerian military. We have to start taking care of our troops a little bit better, make them feel the need to do their jobs much better. We need to raise the morale of the Nigerian troops.
And you see, Olamide, speaking about this, I'm even mixing my words, because when we talk about insecurity, it's not the best. You know, when we see economies that there's a lot of insecurity, how will people survive? We see food insecurity and all. Like, it affects us in every way. Farmers cannot go to the farm because they're scared. But now we're supposed to have hope in our military. And so far, I would say that they have been doing a good job. But there is more that needs to be done. When we come out and we hear stories like this, we want to also see these people. We want to eradicate the fact that we're having conversations with bandits.
Absolutely. I think while this is commendable, the optics of this are great. You know, like you said, it's morale for the troops. It's keeping the people understanding what's going on at the battlefield and on the front lines. However, this is not enough. We must, at the root, dismantle the financial, the political, the local support networks that keep these syndicates alive. Yeah. They're like Hydra heads. You cut them off, another one pops up. I look forward to the day where we're not tottling or teetering between resurgence and victory. There should be victory once and for all. And this headline is very interesting to me. It says, troops capture high-profile terror leaders. Can you imagine that somebody that is dealing in terror has a high profile? It means that they have fame. It means they are famous. It means they have numbers of killings, numbers of mortality rates and terror under their belt. Exactly. It's absolutely unacceptable. But if we cannot prevent this fully, this insecurity, at least, the very least we can do, it's offer trauma care, trust building, and support for the victims of kidnapping and of terror. It is very, very sad to see. I don't know if you people saw this, and I don't know if I can talk about this on here, but there was a video that went viral 2 days ago, and there was a CCTV footage, Ibrahim, I don't know if you saw it, about Boko Haram members or terror leaders advancing, and Nigerian troops were not warned. We have this on camera. How does that take place? If we cannot stop these killings, at the very least, let's make sure there's support networks for the people that are dealt terror.
And Olamide, you've made a lot of sense. It's very scary. Now, these people are high profile, and I wonder, how can a criminal be high profile? I tell you what, Ibrahim, do you remember when they said, if you kill 10, 20 will come out? They are so bold, they are audacious. Ibrahim, what are the things that we can put in place to make sure that we finally have this security that the citizens of Nigeria need?
I think that's what the Defense Headquarters is actually doing at the time, because before it used to be that video you're referring to. I do not think it's actually recent, but you know, I have some friends who are working in the military. They've been in the front lines. You know, one of them told me back in the day that they know these Boko Haram members. They know these terrorists, where they live, where they stay, how they move, how they operate, but they were never given the command to strike. And if they struck, there will be a problem.
Consequences,
The consequences is there, because they'll tell them from whatever the authorities are that who told you to do that, and then you see a reprisal attack on this military guy. That's why we lost, you know, we had so much casualties on the side of the Nigerian soldier. But I can see that we're making, you know, a headway.
Is it enough? Is the headway enough?
No, we're making a headway, because if you look at the yields from the farmlands, it's quite different. People who were not able to go to their farms, at least they are able to recover some grounds, but it is not Uhuru yet. We still have a whole lot to do. So who are the sponsors? Here talked about the syndicates. You know, who are those sponsoring them? Is it from within Nigeria, from outside Nigeria? UAE released about 100 names of terrorists under the Buhari regime. They tried those ones that we were able to get, but in Nigeria we didn't even see anything.
But my fear and concern is, how did we get here that these people are now audacious? How did we get here that these people can now speak to us? There's more that needs to be done, and we're just hoping for the best. It's time that Nigerians will experience free and fair elections, and also let the insecurity just stop. That is what we're asking for, so that we can go out and come back safely and not be afraid for our lives. But anyway, we'll take a quick breather now, and when we return, it will be time for the newspaper review. Don't go anywhere. This is TVC Breakfast. We'll be right back.